Halloween. Oh, hello. Maybe I should talk in English, although, yeah. I wonder if I should whisper even. Maybe speak softly, kind of softly. So today I went to church. It's quite warm out. Awesome. And it was such a lovely service. To me the nature is the church, but actually, according to the Bible, we who embrace, how can I say, love, I guess, the holy, or the church itself. It's not like a building, but I like those buildings also. I really like them. I like to sit in them. And this was really lovely. And the priest, I've never seen him before. He had this kind of a special aura. His eyes, they just shined in a certain way. You could see that he was connected. Not only talking about things, but actually being in the flow, kind of thing. It was really beautiful, and also he used drums quite heavily in one of the songs. He was sitting in the front there on the bench and turned, as the congregation was sitting and drumming to one of the psalms. It was surprising. And also that he did break the bread. I get really, not really disturbed by these things, but sometimes I react when they, for example, read for the what is it even called in English? Well, the wine and the bread thing. I should know that, right? Anyways, so they read a text that, as we break this bread, blah blah. There is a certain text, and then they don't do it. But it's baked probably from the same sort of bread. But I think it really it added something for me that it actually did break them from the same pieces. Maybe not the same pieces. There were those little ones, but anyways, it was symbolic to me. So, and he had this beautiful voice also, actually a fabulous voice. When he started singing there, it was like, wow, what tones, the whole vibe of his voice. That can actually, as all beauty, can connect you with the spiritual. That really had some effect also, I felt. It was really beautiful, so I'm so happy I went there today. It's not often, but I really needed this today. And it was the first time. I used to go there. I've been there, now and then for at least last year. And often I don't know anyone else who really like to go there, so usually I go by myself. And recently I've just been crying all the time. I don't know what happens when I like the whole environment, I think, and also there's some energies. There is a lot of people have been there a lot for a long time, those old churches, and I can feel their presence, kind of, and some of their intent. There are lots of good intent. and for some reason, or the text or the songs or the music, I don't know what, but I used to just start like crying like crazy. And that I do I try not to, kind of, or not very much. I don't really try, but otherwise I wouldn't go there, because I felt it as a release, really. So, and without being very aware of it until I get there and sit down and just can't go anywhere else, and just, it can be any kinds of reasons. Sometimes I'm moved by something, and sometimes it's, I guess, just sadness I have, or I've had. And this last time, I think it was mainly me crying for those souls, let's say, or those people who are so lost, those who wish to harm. That made me not. I didn't cry for my own sake, but for the sake of them, because it just hit me how sad that is. So, and I like to go there to be reminded. I mean, as I've said to several people, to me, it's like maps or methods, or it's not that they aren't real, it's just that they aren't absolutely real, let's say. I'm not saying they're fake. I just think that the maps cannot really interpret the actual thing, so, or the words, they are some symbolic too, so, but they can point towards it and can reawaken it, and I feel very much so. I get reminded of forgiveness, of love, of courage, of freedom, of joy, of relaxation also, not least, just sitting there and having nothing else to do, really, than sitting there. I like that. Yeah. And today, when I closed my eyes, I saw Jesus in front of me. Usually I don't see that. Not that it's difficult. If I would call for that or want to see that would not be difficult. I don't think. Usually I just don't. But I felt really happy sitting there in the presence of love. Yeah. But I'm not saying it's limited to that, not at all. But I can feel it there. And those older stories, in whatever spiritual tradition it is, there is an essence of something very, very valuable that I can sense. Yeah, it doesn't matter to me actually so much what the tradition is, although I am more connected to some that I've practiced more, or what you can say. Still, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a great plan on what to talk about right now. I just wanted to talk to you again. And I hope I don't bother anyone. But today, anyways, I was a little bit moved at the end there. There was something the priest said or so that just did hit me like harder than usually. And just the beauty of what he said or something. And it went like straight in. But I didn't cry. And so something really changed, which is good, because I could not control it really before when I went there. It was like you turn on a, what did I say, water tub, no, not tub, no, water, whatever. Yeah, it was like that. It's just, I couldn't stop it. And I think I needed that release, really. bad. So although I felt a little bit crazy just because people sit there, or at least if I sit at the back, there are some who keep those, I don't know what they're doing really. Have some mixed table there, I don't know. No, whatever. They may control the sounds, or I don't know what they do. I think something like that. And so she smiled at me a lot today. The woman who used to sit there, I think it's the same. I have not really thought about that much, whomever is there. But she really smiled like very sweetly to me, because she thought, oh, she's here one time without like crying like crazy. That might be good. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. So, and most people, I guess, or some at least, maybe hear the music in the background actually. Yeah, I hear the drums. A little bit. It's this kind of Woodstock festival here. It's called in Swedish. No, it's not called that actually, but yeah, it must be the same word, kind of. It's like funny word, but they've changed it a lot. It started up with being very voluntarily, and they didn't have alcohol, or it was very much for those youngers, and it's free. It's still free to go there. I think they've changed back the concept a bit now. I don't know, because they are more local bands than those larger ones, more well-known ones. Well, I haven't been there for a couple of years. I went there the other day for a moment, but yeah. I think it's good though that something happens around. But today I prefer the church. Oh, I'm sorry. That was actually my tummy. Oh, I didn't know I could make those sounds, or it could. Yeah, I ate some not healthy stuff before, probably that's why. I think I won't have this up for long. Although I love this picture so much that I will keep. So maybe we'll have to have it next time as well, or every time. You can never be reminded enough, right? Yeah. Maybe I should go on talking about, I don't know what. I would like to hear you. There are so many that I want to listen to, so I just go. Also, I love to listen to music, and when I go in to listen to music, I never stop, kind of. And there are so many that I would love to listen to talking. And I wonder, since I'm a vegetarian, I eat fish now and then, not often, but aside from that, I want to keep that. I really can't even, although I liked some sort of meat before, and so I just can't eat that. And as some said, some other person wouldn't eat something with eyes, although fishes do have eyes, but I eat those sometimes. But anyways, I have a really hard time getting a structured idea of what to eat. I mean, I get so boring, so I just eat spinach. I like spinach. But I mean, I can't eat that all days, every day. And I get a little bit, I mean, it shouldn't be all that difficult. I wanted to just be simple and also lose weight and not get weak, and it shouldn't be all that hard. I know what I need to avoid. I do actually know, but I get a little bit yeah, my creativity just is not on that plane. So it can get really, really boring. And yeah. But I know a lot of things. It's just that my brain, I just don't have the energy to think, especially when I try to let go of sugars and all that stuff. And then I don't want to figure it out every time I must eat. I want it to be clear beforehand, so I just know what to do. And not complicated. I just want one or two things to eat. I don't want to make... I mean, I know you're more satisfied if you eat a whole meal with things in and so, and I love to do that, and I get all excited when that happens. I don't often do that. I eat like beans and spinach or something. I just never make food. I suck at making food, like meals. Or I can if I follow a recipe sort of, and then of course I can. Who couldn't? So yeah, I can, but it's not something I've done a lot. I've just been opening packages of cookies or something. So, yeah. So I'm not well trained. And if you need to keep track on several things, then I'm not sure I would manage that very well. And I don't have a lot of patience when it comes to that. I'm not so interested. I'd rather make the dishes, honestly. Yeah, I don't have to think a lot then, and then I can kind of meditate and do that at the same time. You need to be very focused if you make food. It depends, but there are those easy things that are also tasty and all. But if you should really avoid those things that I should avoid to feel my best, like gluten stuff and sugars and what else? Yeah, those quick carbs. Then I really need to think every time I eat. Oh, it's so boring. But I will have to change it, or else I'd make myself really, really sick, which is stupid. I've done that before. Don't want to do it again. So yeah, I just need to change it totally. And there is always a better choice. I mean, no, not always. I mean, you shouldn't always go and think, oh, there is a better choice than this, so this is bad. But I mean, when it comes to those things, there is always something else you could choose that is quite better. But then, if you're good at fooling yourself, you can think that something is kind of good, although you just fool yourself because you try to make excuses to eat something that you know is not the best choice at all. That's how I am. So I can go and make myself believe that potato chips is like vegetables, because potatoes is vegetables, and all kinds of things. Or there are some egg in ice cream or something. Must be really, really good. Healthy stuff there. Yeah, egg also sometimes eat that, yeah. They have no eyes, anyways. Not yet. So... yeah, I won't talk for very long. I just wanted to... I don't know what I wanted to say. Hey, I guess. I wonder... but now I don't think I should talk about that because I didn't get far when I... also, I'm a little bit slow because I've been eating not so well. So my brain is like all over the place. I wanted to talk about Monakibit, just also to remind myself and to share it with you because it's very, very beautiful. And there is a lot to practice for myself. Not judging, wow, seeing others for as if it was for the first time. How healing, but oh so difficult. And also just see beauty or bring beauty into situations. I don't know. I understand that it would be awesome to do that for yourself, not the least. Yeah, and to transform your reality. I'm talking about really, but that would be great. So I really need these practices myself. I'm really glad to be reminded in a stronger way. Yeah. But I don't know if I should talk about that now. This I should anyways delete because I haven't said a lot that makes any sense, I think. But I can start now. No, I don't think. My mind is not right there. Oh, it was so good, the wine. I think it's alcohol free, but I actually felt like I was a little bit, I don't know. I'm not sure though, but I think it is in the church now. It tasted good and I wanted to drink more of it. Not that one wine. That's like for that kind of purpose. But yeah. Yeah. So, and I'm really, really grateful for you. I think I've said that before, but I don't think maybe it enters really as true. But I am. And maybe I have to stop quickly here if someone comes, just so you know beforehand. But I am. I'm really grateful for every single one that I've ever come across. Yeah. Guys stutter a lot when I talk. Yeah. And the dynamic, even here, I don't want to let go of this. Although part of me sometimes wish to. I still know I want to stay here. And I want to stay here with you. And I want to bring good energies in to you. Yeah. Yeah. So because there is always it's always close, this whole I need to take my legs down again. It's always close, this however we feel, especially I guess if we feel not so good, the feel good is so close. We can feel good so easily. And it can be transformed, everything can. And that I love very much with Munaki as well. We don't have to cling or linger in any kind of way to our stories. I wonder if it's my cat there again, making sounds. Oftentimes we hold on when it comes to also, as I said, about forgiveness and all that. It's easier, way easier to forgive others than yourself. And I think that's always the case. However someone seem maybe to be not caring much or so, I think in your actions and in everything, it is shown if you don't really love and forgive yourself much. And it's really the greatest thing to do for everyone. Yeah. So yeah. We have a lot of power, like energetically, to transform and affect things. I'm really disturbed now about these sounds around me. What are those sounds? God. Gonna have to check who's up here behind me or whatever. I don't know. Gosh. Beauty. No. God, I shouldn't have done this. Oh, do I ever even put this up? For a moment, I will put it up there for a moment. Oh. Yeah. What are these sounds? This was a car, but the other ones sound like water or whatever. Or is it like sounds from the... Never mind that. Gosh, I'm slow in the brain today. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I want to share with you something, but I mean, just share my day and just say hi. Because I had the time and space to do so. And I'm a little bit dim-brained. But I won't continue to be. I'm really sick of that. And it feels really lousy also to be... Although I don't feel as enslaved as I felt once, before I was really... I can't even describe almost how nuts I was regarding sugars. I was totally... I mean, it ruled everything. Almost, yeah. For me. And it have really been in my way. And still is. So it's really stupid to stay a slave to anything, and I mean, I must be stronger than that. But it's tricky when your own brain start to fool you. Yeah, that's tricky. But that is not impossible to resolve, I don't think. So I'll have to do that then. Yeah. Also because we transform energy as well, and this slow, sluggish energy really, but sometimes many people can even feel good by that. If you're really, maybe it's stressful also, but otherwise it could slow you down and feel good in any kind of way. I don't know. Oh, no, that one's not. I take some water. I should say something more important when I do this. This feels like stealing time from someone. Oh, I should have something to say. I try to figure out something to say, but I'm too slow in my head. Yeah. And I guess that's when it comes to the addictions. Also, maybe I should talk about addictions for a little while here, because I'm certainly addicted to sugars, and to me it's alcohol. I mean, it's actually the only thing that differs from alcohol to me, well, the taste and everything else. I mean, I love alcohol, honestly, and I miss it today. I miss it not so often, but today I really, really miss it. Oh, so much. Anyways, it was someone said this, and I really feel like that also, that it must be true. To me it's true, in my experience, that if you have this candida overgrowth in the colon, this yeast that can become like mushroom form, and then those threads going out from it through the colon and into that intoxicates the whole body. You can get all kinds of what what do I mean? You can go to all kinds of symptoms from that, like inflammations, allergies. Yeah, so many things. So many people have no idea that it comes from that the colon is fucked up, so to speak. And anyways, the yeast form that then can become this mushroom form, let's say, it's still, the yeast form is still there though. So I think about if you then take in sugars and then you have the yeast, and so you become your own little home cooking alcohol machine. and I get drunk by sugars. Yeah. And not only sugars, I'm sensitive to everything. If I take a little bit cola, or I mean, like in the drink Coca-Cola, or if I drink a little bit of coffee, I get so speeded, and I start to giggle like crazy. Often I react really strongly to everything, but sugars as well. Yeah. And I get drunk. I started going into things, and you hear how I talk now. Although now it's not worst situation, but I feel my brain is like, wow, in a different plane. And I guess that's, or numb kind of. And I guess that's what I long for. That's what I want or wanted when it comes to the things I've been addicted to. I've never been one to like those things that make you more alert. But yeah, I haven't been doing those much. But I have experienced something good maybe there too, but never that I would want it. But those other ones, these things that slow you down or make you a little bit numb. I really like that. And that was that. No, but I've said this to several of you. You see, I can't even talk clearly. but I usually maybe don't. Anyways, but I don't remember. I don't recall ever not being addicted to sugars. I could have sold my whole family for sugars when I was like 3-4, I'm sure. I recall how I almost hated them when they took a little bit of popcorn, or if their hand closed into my popcorn. I was like, what are they doing? How much are you taking? Wow. And also when we ate, when I was older, it was not like I was not generous in other kinds of ways. Everything that is mine is kind of everyone's. I never felt like, what do you say, greedy in that sense, with money or with anything, But when it comes to those things that I've been addicted to, oh my, stress if someone would take it. And I also held, when we were eating, I kept eating with one hand, like holding something with the other hand. I mean, something, or the foods or even milk or something that I was kind of guarding almost. And the other ones were eating normally, sitting around the table, while I was just keeping everything around my plate to just protect it or keep it so no one else would take it, kind of. Yeah. And I was really, I could go on and on about how crazy I was. Yeah, maybe I should do that. I've never really shared about my craziness. Not all in, at least. And some people say, wow, you don't know about addictions because I'm a heroin addict. No, I don't know. And I'm sure in many, many ways that's worse. But maybe they who say that don't really know how it is to be extremely addicted to sugars, though, because it's hell. And although I've learned some techniques to half balance it, you could say, but that's not true. I lied to myself. But still, the effects are not as bad as they were for a while. At least I've learned something, but I'm not enough, apparently. But yeah, I was really sick when that was so bad. I've always been hiding ever since I was a kid, also hiding stuff, eating and hiding it in the closet, or the proof that I hid stuff. And I was searching the house when they hid things from me when I was a kid, and I always found it though. And yeah, I was so happy when they left home because I could eat. And then I did hide the things, the paper or whatever it was that showed that I'd eaten it in the closet, and exposed to it later and so on. But it happened so early, and then I kept doing that. I guess I keep doing that, and just that in itself is really, really bad feeling. And in relationships that have been really bad, especially when I lived in one, I get so sick when I lived in Kungälv also, and or that's where I got really sick. And anyways, so since I couldn't eat if someone came to visit me, the boyfriend that I had at the time, and when we were together all the time, I had to find these spaces to, although criticizing or being like disturbed by his addiction, though other things, I was really so sick in my own ways. And so I had to like smuggle things in the sleeves of my talking about hiding things in sleeves in my sleeves, like chocolate or stuff and so. And then I went to take a shower and was eating like in the shower, and still so stressful to just hide everything and be stressed about when will I get the space to actually eat this, and still wanting to be with that person and wanting to be all loving, but that was always stronger. And that was also protection. I knew that as long as I have this, nothing can get more important. It was like I can never get fully hurt because this will always rule. And so that have been one of my, I don't know, it's one of the things that I've known. If someone tried to control or anything, I know that I'm already controlled. You cannot beat that kind of thing. But hopefully I can be controlled from within instead than out of things. But also I was sick, eating like crazy, throwing it out in the garbage, then digging it up from the garbage. And I tried all kinds of things. I put things on the bus. I've been, buying, full, what is it called now? Yeah, well, those you carry it. I mean, I don't know. When you buy groceries and you carry them in, whatever. And so it have been full with stuff. And then I just went onto a bus or something and left them there and run out when the bus went away, just to get rid of the stuff because I didn't want to eat it and get sick. So stupid. And I always prayed like, please God, like send a brick in my head, just stop me. And there were no brick until I got really ill then, and I actually thanked for that because I thought, okay, this is a brick. It came into my stomach instead, but thanks, you stopped me and saved me instead, because I would have died if I would have kept going in that way that I ate at the time. Yeah, it was horrible. I just ate and ate and ate, and I was standing outside the store, as those with others, like alcoholics oftentimes, or others who just wait till it opened. And many times I thought, I will have to break into a store. I can't cope until it opens, I will just break the window and go in there and eat. And many times I just blacked out. I mean, I almost fell because my blood sugar was going in all directions. So I almost fell to the floor until I bought what I was going to eat and then could get it into me. Horrible. And when I ate, I got so sick. I mean, I ate and ate crazy. I didn't want to, but I couldn't stop myself. It was huge amounts, and I got so sick afterwards. I started to, shake and freeze and puke until I was just puking what do you say? Not gall, that's a Swedish word. Gallbladder, is that the word in English? Well, when it just comes like green or whatever. When I had nothing left to puke, I continued to puke, and then I was sweating like crazy, and also shitting like crazy here, sitting on the toilet, and I was sweating so much so I almost like slide off the toilet, and puking at the same time as shitting, and just being really, really shaky and sick, and just wanted to die. I always asked her, please, can I just die and not have this shit? And I survived and survived. And then I almost died. And then I just asked, please, can I survive? Can I live? Please, I want to live. It's interesting. Anyways, it was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible. And that happened over and over. And then afterwards, I was laying down, for, I don't know, maybe an hour or longer. I have no idea about time. But I was laying down on my sofa or something and just shaking, cold, ice cold. Just my whole body was just jumping, shaking, because I was so sick. And then after it stopped, and I thought I would never do this again. I will never expose myself to this again. And then I was like, and I didn't try to puke, by the way. Some people with bulimia do that. I didn't. I just got sick because of the amounts that I put into myself. But anyways, my body just reacted. The moment actually I did eat something sugary at the time, my body just wanted to get rid of it because it knew the memory in my body knew what would come, and it didn't want it. So, and the moment it stopped, this whole shaking and coldness, then I just, where can I get money? How can I get some sugars? Well, I need to, and desperately, like, and with other people, I never wanted to eat, even if they said, well, they always, when I was younger also, they said, like, take one cookie, or was disturbed when I took more, and it didn't do much to me to take one, so I learned to not irritate my system that much, so I just said no among people, and then afterwards I went to buy my own stuff and stuff myself with sugars, so that's just so horrible. And not only that, I mean, all the things that I like flushed down the drain, all the things that I could have done instead of just eating and try to push away stuff. But I mean, at the time I didn't have much choice, or at the time, like today. But I mean, there probably are things I can't or haven't been able to deal with so far without numbing myself. But hopefully I'm getting there, and I've not given up yet, which is impressive though. Since, I mean, this has been going on all my life. You should have been given up by now. I think, it is what it is, kind of. But I constantly try, and I've always tried to stop this, to get rid of this. But also it's easier to fool myself now when I never go up to that extreme. I never get that sick as I was before. So it feels like I can handle it, kind of, but I can't. In certain situations, I just start to drift when I start to question in my head, like, maybe I can do this instead, and if I take a little bit, I can just change back later or something. Then I'm done. As soon as I start to have a kind of a compromise with that addictive side of myself, I'm the loser. I never won one of those discussions. So I just have not to have that discussion with myself at all. I know that I can distract myself, or I can try to deal with whatever I feel at the time, or not stress, or whatever it is that I need. But to kind of start to, compromise. Is that word even? Yeah, well. Then I lose. But I don't think so when I begin. I think it's very healthy that I'm flexible and all kinds of things. I can lie so much to myself. Oh my. Yeah. anyways, it is what it is. Yeah. But this medicine wheel, anyways, that I'm going, this is a really good time in all kinds of ways. Always, it's a good time to let go of things that harm you or whatever. But it is about the direction of south, and about the energy of earth and the snake energy, and to let go, like the snake let go of or shed its skin, and so it's really good time to practice. Also to let really, 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 truly let go of this, because it's no protection. I felt that for a long while in my life, that I was protected by this, both by being fat or by the whole numbness in itself. It felt like a shield around me, kind of. But it's really not. The protection lies in not having it that. And I have to trust that more. I have to lean on that more. And I know for a fact, and I have had that for so long time, the communication with the spirits. I guess they get really tired of me. But they are patient. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't have distrust towards them, but this pattern or this, whatever, it's still I still hold on to that. I need to let go of that old pattern and see what happens. I mean, it cannot get worse. No, it cannot. I mean, not because of that anyways. So, yeah. But my life now is that most of the time, Bob just started, no, I mostly eat kind of healthy, but too little usually if I eat healthy, because I don't get hungry then, so I don't want to eat as much, and then, or I forget to eat, and I don't eat regular meals, and suddenly I get extremely hungry, or I start to get weak, and so, and it's just not good. And also I vary it too little. I mean, I would like to vary. I don't want to mix a lot of things into one meal, because it just stresses me out and it's too expensive for my economy. But just in a simple way, figure how to still make it, make a little bit of variations and tastes and whatever. Well, I will figure it out. I have figured it out several times, and it have also worked a lot of times, so I know what works. But, yeah. I need to be brave. That's actually, there are a few things that I fear. There are two things that I fear, as I know them now. I have very few fears left. And I don't know if they are not huge anymore, but I think the thing that I fear the most is intimacy, honestly, to be close to someone, because that is quite unknown. I've been close in some ways, but not like really intimate with someone, like emotionally and physically and fully, like. And that is something I really long for, but I don't know if I would be brave enough to do that. And I hope I will. I really want to. But that I fear. I really feel super scared. But I will survive that too, whatever happens, I'm sure, in some way or another. But the other thing is to let go of this. Because I know it will be better. I absolutely know. I have experienced it also. I have lost weight a few times, at least, pretty much. And I know everything feels safer. And I know it's good. Maybe not from the beginning. Then I felt very vulnerable when I did let go of that, because guys started to recognize me much more, and it was stressful. So in the beginning, I didn't like to lose weight. I didn't want that attention, so not that much anyway. So that was kind of uncomfortable to me. I felt like a prey. I really dislike that feeling. And I guess that's why I draw that to me quite. I really, really, really dislike that feeling. But those are the things that I fear the most. And probably there are others, but actually I've gotten rid of almost all my fears. And that's awesome. That's like the best thing ever. So I must get rid of these also, and be brave enough to let go of this fully. The thing that have been holding my hand all my life, and I feel like it have also helped me survive. I think it have back in time, but now it will just kill me if I keep it. So I need to stop. Well, I will stop now talking anyways, because I won't be alone for a long while. I mean, a lot longer now. Okay, probably I will not keep this up for long, but take care, everyone, and I'm sending you. And I know people. I mean, I distrust everyone almost, and I understand that, but I wish with all my heart that any one of you could know, if you even care, if it even mean anything to you, I'm not sure. But the only thing I wish for you is good thing. It's the best that I wish for you. And that's where I want to. I practice that every day. I try to get to the space of unconditional love. And that can only be if it's for everyone. So I need to include everyone in those thoughts. Otherwise, it's just fake. I just fake it to myself. And that's what I felt with that priest today. He didn't just have those clothes and was playing a role. He was like in tune with what he was doing and saying. And that's where I want to be. That's what I want to do with my life. I want to give unconditional love, embracing everyone in that. I feel that's my purpose. And so I'm not there, but I aim for it, and I mean it truly when I say it. That's what I want. Okay, I have to go now. Bye for now. Talk soon.